9 questions to ask before you choose a typeface or a font. Question 1. How much text do you plan on working with? Is this something that is going to involve a large short headline, maybe a small list of bullets, or do you need something that's going to be continuous copy and you need to accommodate a lot of text? That's going to dictate some of the font options that you're going to consider. Question number 2, how large or small does the font need to be viewed at? If you have headlines, those are going to be viewed at a much larger size, but if you have captions or body copy, they're going to be viewed much smaller. And as you can see in this example, something like Times New Roman might be a little bit bland for a headline, but is very legible and very readable at a small size. Something like the script typeface over here might create an engaging headline, but is really not very suitable for continuous copy and really shouldn't be used for more than a few words. Question number 3. Does your text need to work in conjunction with any other design elements, or does it have to be put on top of any images, especially stuff with a noisy background? Here we have an image of my dog sitting in the Montmartre Invisilab, and we have a very clean, blocky font that's very visible over the top of the cattails. In comparison, this would be a very poor choice. We have a script font here that has very thin strokes, and the eye will have a hard time picking out what's cattails and what's type. So make sure your font choice is appropriate for the type of design elements that it needs to live in conjunction with. Question number 4. Does the font offer both upper and lowercase? As you can see in the example, some font options will offer upper and lowercase. Some of your cheaper or free font options might only offer uppercase characters set in a shorter form. This is typically not desirable, and I recommend staying away from free fonts that don't offer lowercase characters. Question number 5. How about numbers and symbols? You'd think it would be included, but in some fonts it's not. So let's take a look at the example here. And in some cases, you will have all of your numerical digits as well as your special characters such as $, ampersand, percentage, pound, or hashtag. And other fonts, when you hit those characters, it's going to give you just an error icon or no character at all. So watch out for that when you're selecting a font. Again, this is typical of free fonts or very inexpensive fonts that are sort of incomplete. So if you're going to need numbers, prices, percentages, make sure that the font you're looking at includes those characters as well. Question number 6, and this is a pretty important one, is the work you're doing commercial? It might be on social media, but is a company or a business benefiting? Is anybody generating revenue from the use? If that's the case, chances are you need a commercial license, which typically involves paying for a license through the Font Foundry. Even some of your free fonts, if you read the fine print, require a commercial license if anybody is making money. Now, one caveat to this is some of the fonts included in your paid software subscriptions, many of those are usually open for commercial use, but you're going to want to read the fine print and make sure that you're clear before you're selling it to anybody else. If you found my first 6 tips for choosing a font helpful, comment down below with #DownToGrit, and I'll send you a DM that has the remaining 3 so that you can finish out the set.